it achieve the results then?
Yeah, so with toning, again, we're using cooling device with the wand, so we're gently working over the skin, not as a cold temperature, but the cold does seep in and it's effectively restoring any dead cells. So again, we've got that flushing effect into the lymphatic system, as well as just generally refreshing and waking the skin up. So you're getting a rejuvenating effect.
So how does it flush?
Yeah, again, all of your lymph nodes. We've got a lot of lymph nodes to the back of the neck here, also up into the temples, in the sinuses. So it's really good if you've got any kind of blockage as well. Like if you're coming into, say, a winter cold, you're feeling a bit bummed up, then this is going to work through your circulatory system and kind of just flush it out.
Okay.
And there will be an element of massage involved in the treatment as well. So gently just working into, as I say, these lymph nodes at the back of the neck, into the sinuses. So it will unblock anything you're feeling, and also, as I say, boosting collagen production, elastin to sort out all the fine lines and wrinkles.
And how long does the treatment last?
The facial's 20 minutes. Okay. So it's,
and how long does it last at the after effects?
for me personally, I found for a good 2 weeks after, we're waking up every morning still feeling really fresh. It's not like when you put a mask on and you feel good for that for maybe a few hours or so, or even the next day. This was almost like...
You mean a mask, like a mud mask?
Not
like a surgical mask?
Yeah. Not the coverings. Yeah, I found with the face mask you might feel good for a few hours or next day. This gives you a freshness that you're waking up, your whole skin feels fresh. It's almost like it's taking away the outer layer of skin and you're getting the rejuvenation, all the fresh cells being produced underneath.
And do you recommend a course, or does it just depend on the state?
Each individual, really. I would say if there's any skin irritation, maybe some acne developing, it can be really good to do maybe once a month for a few treatments just to let things settle. But we'll always review.
So it works for those skin conditions as well as wrinkles and fine lines?
Definitely, yeah, because what we're doing is we're rejuvenating. This is our cryo device here. So this is our cooling device. So this device effectively fluctuates in temperature. So we can take this up to 40 degrees. So if we want to do a treatment where we just want to get as much heat into the muscles, into the tissue, help circulation, joint pain, so things like arthritis, it can be really good for maximising that heat flow into muscles. Again, this time of year is when people tend to get cold and inflammation in the joints. So it works at a hot temperature, and then we can bring the temperature down to -4 degrees for specifically hitting fat loss and slimming, where at the cold temperature, fat cells start to die off. And as we talked about, they're then working through into your lymphatic system, your lymph nodes, through the kidneys, the bladder, permanent fat loss solution because you're flushing it naturally. Effectively massaging over specific areas. So when I'm assessing clients, I'll be looking for any pockets of fatty tissue, and we're specifically working into those areas. For each treatment, we tend to only focus on one specific area, so we're really hitting that area, releasing these pockets of fat, and that's how we can achieve up to 3 inches of fat loss in a single treatment. So, the other thing is completely safe because we're constantly working across the tissue. Some other treatments that I've seen tend to focus on just holding the fat cells, freezing it in place. There's then no circulation involved, so in some cases it can start to lead to big clumps of fatty tissue. This is constantly circulating through the body, so again it's that natural process of recycling. And fat cell death is completely natural, but it just happens at a much slower rate. We're effectively just accelerating the process and being really specific where we're targeting with the treatment. It's just completely new technology as well.
Can I take a wee before and after then? That's just what we're dealing with. Before.
It's not a good look. Got a lot to work on.
And then we'll see what you end up with.
So what I'll do is I'll add on a little bit extra at the end. There's a smaller head that I can use, and that will just work in a little bit deeper. Okay, so it'll be a little bit more than 20 minutes. I'm just going to pull your hair back a little bit here. That's alright. That's the idea. Yeah, it's gentle on the skin, and you should see the same effects. It's just a gentle cryo gel, just let it seep into the skin.
It's got a pleasant smell.
Heat transfer, so specifically engineered, formulated for this treatment. Cryo sculpting or cryo toning. This is specifically the toning treatment for the face. this measures the temperature as we're working. So we start out just very gently here. Okay, so you're going to feel just a little bit cold. How does that feel on the skin?
Smooth. Slightly cold, but not unbearably.
And what temperature is that just now, Mark?
We're now at between 5 and 6 degrees, so when we're working over the face, we only come down to about 4 degrees. As I say, if you were targeting slimming, fat loss, you would go down to -4. But for this type of treatment, we're only working between 4 and 10 degrees.
And how much does the pressure of the actual flat surface matter?
So we want to keep direct contact at all times, and that is, I guess your analogy of the iron is quite a good one, because we are ironing out these wrinkles. And how does the pressure feel, Jay?
Good.
Does it feel heavy or too much?
No.
And I'm just gently warming the skin behind it as well, rather than completely freezing it, so that it still feels comfortable.
So some people might include this as part of their monthly
Just a
maintenance
maintenance routine,
regime.
yeah, absolutely. Or certainly if there are any skin flare-ups, it just helps to settle things down again a little bit.
Or what about for any special events or occasions coming up? Would that just give a healthy glow if you had
you're
that
going to
done
feel
a few
that
days
glow and feel
before?
fresh. Absolutely. You know, other female clients have said that makeup tends to settle a little bit easier, and it's easier to apply with the skin feeling quite fresh. I don't know if you can see, Steve, but we're starting to get a little bit of that circulation rushing back into the skin, so it's starting to flush itself out. I think the most important thing here is that it's an enjoyable treatment. You know, as I say, it's completely non-invasive. We're not using any needles.
The Botox filler thing, just to me, and
I agree. There's so many things that can go wrong as well, and it can disfigure you if things don't work out.
What does it feel like?
it's a cross between. So it feels like, obviously, you've got the hard feeling of it, but it also feels, it's like a cross between a hard pebble and a chamois leather, because it kind of glides across your skin very smoothly. So although it is obviously hard, it feels soft.
Is it cold or hot?
It's cold, but it's comfortably cold.
And it's still cold?
Still cold.
Yeah, you just keep it the same temperature here.
But it feels hot under the skin, although it's cold on top of the skin. Under the skin, it feels.
Is that like the sort of the cold shower, jump in the water type thing?
Well, that's where a lot of this science comes from. We're shocking the system almost, and then the circulation's having to force itself back in again, flushing out any toxins, and just you think about that oxygen flow back into the muscles as well, and all the nutrients.
And you would never really get this kind of, unless it was like an ice pack or something, you wouldn't get this kind of cold on your face.
No.
With that pressure applied.
If you were to put an ice pack on your face, it's going to feel uncomfortable. But with this, we're constantly circulating, moving, letting it flush naturally rather than just holding something cold on for a sustained period. Generally, any toxins that might be building up, so there's not going to be a lot of lactate in the face, but you're still in your jaw muscles. You know, particularly people that maybe crunch their teeth at night, or if you're chewing a lot during the day, then you know the muscles can still fatigue, and so we're just letting the toxins release. And even the joints as well. You know, as I say, if the joints are quite inflamed or any arthritis, this can really help reduce the inflammation.
Okay, so show me the difference between those two there. So one was
So generally this is for working into larger areas, and then we're just going to reduce the surface area here to go a little bit deeper into. And this root going, you can see it's a little bit more closely into certain areas over the face. With the smaller head, it's not going to feel quite as cold. So we did with that.
Good.
do you find that better for targeting a wee bit?
Yeah, we can work in closer to the eyes, so in baggy areas under the eyes we can really work in close to the nose. And sometimes, I mean, you're not particularly bad here, Jane, but if you've got like the crow's feet at the edge of the eyebrows, then we can start to work.
Yeah, people have laughed lines there, she never laughs much.
So this helps with dark circles under your eyes also, does it?
It will, yeah, again, you're rejuvenating the skin, and just the dark circles tend to be through tiredness as well, so it's giving that fresh glow.
It definitely looks more like the fine lines are not so noticeable. It looks plumper, fuller. Feels like I'm 20 again. I know. 3 children. Gosh. No. I'm impressed with the results. No injectables,
No, not
which
at
we
all.
like.
No. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just giving your skin, does it feel like a lift?
Yeah.
Just.
It just feels tighter around here. Just and yeah.
And the great thing about this is because your lymphatic system is involved, the lymphatic system keeps working for the next 14 days. So you're going to wake up tomorrow and again feel like things have again flushed. And it will continue to flush, as I say, for up to 2 weeks.